What's going on, guys? So today we have a 7th gen 160 gigabyte iPod Classic that we will be upgrading to a 512 gigabyte iFlash Solo, as well as replacing the battery. So let's do that. So before we do anything else, I want to double check this iPod and just see what works, what doesn't work. Just make sure everything else is behaving as it should, because you don't want to get caught with your pants down. Well, it's telling me to restore, so there's nothing on this thing. So, well, I guess there's nothing really to test. So, actually, you know what? Let's test the hard drive. I just want to see where it's at. So we're going to get into the diagnostic mode. Let's go to manual test, I/O, hard drive, HD smart data. What do we got? 0 pending sectors, but we do have some reallocated sectors, so not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. Alrighty, well, let's get into this thing. Set this stuff aside for now. Alrighty, let's see if we can find which side. We'll start here. There we go. Just get your spudger in and press down, releasing the clips. You kind of hear those little clicks and pops in there. There we go. And then just keep working your way around, trying not to, reinstall the rear case as you're going around. Fortunately, that happens. There we go. Keep working around. Actually, I'm going to open the top a little bit. Maybe that'll release some of that pressure as well. A little bit. There we go. Come on, baby. Ah, dang it. I just closed some of it. That's what I was just talking about. Oh, come on, you butthole. Come on. I tell you, man, this does a number on your fingers. I feel like I need a better opening tool. Man, it just keeps closing back up. So annoying. Let's pop up the top. It's like grit in there or something. Let's do the bottom. Almost. There we go. Come on, baby. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Almost there. Oh, freaking hard drive is stuck to the back. That's part of our problem. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to take our spudger and kind of get behind the hard drive and just kind of break that loose. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we are. Finally. Holy crap. All right, so for those of you that have seen my videos before, you know exactly what I'm going to say next. You want to resist the temptation to open this thing like a book, because what you have running right here is the battery and the cable right here. And if you go to open it like this, you can actually pull up on the battery connector, and sometimes this can actually rip the battery connector off the motherboard. Ask me how I know. And in which case you would need to have some really good soldering skills, or you will need to fork out a little bit more money and replace the motherboard, in which case you might as well just buy a whole new iPod, because a motherboard is roughly the same price as a used iPod on eBay. All right, so take spudger, hold down on the battery connector clip thing. It's a technical term. Take your tweezers here and pull up on that battery ribbon cable. Now you can open it like a book. All right, so let's take this hard drive out. We just lift up on this black latch here, pull. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this headphone jack out right here, our headphone jack cable, lift that little latch, pull the cable out. Then we are going to take out this battery. Okay, so for taking the battery out, you don't wanna just ram your spudger under there and just kind of do it out in one fast motion, because under the battery you got a lot of adhesive, and sometimes the top side of this hold switch cable right here will get stuck to the underside of the battery. And if you just go in there and you're not careful and you just, launch the battery out, you can actually tear the battery, or I'm sorry, the hold switch cable right here. If you want, you can use the bed of a 3D printer, throw it up there on like 70 degrees Celsius for a couple of minutes. It'll loosen that adhesive and it'll come off a lot easier. But I'll show you how to get it off without doing that. So I like to just start working it up, just slowly, just kind of getting myself in there a little bit. Okay, so now you can kind of see in there that this, yeah, just dropped it. Try again. So you can kind of see right here that this cable is stuck to the underside of the battery. So we just need to like work that off the underside of the battery. And we can do that. Oh, I'm losing my spudger again. Okay, got it just in time. Now we can just pry it up slowly. There we go. There you are. Throw that in our e-waste pile. Please make sure you guys dispose of this stuff properly. Don't let it end up in our landfills. Please recycle your electronic waste responsibly. Let's put this cable back in. Come on, baby. Come on. Come. Booger. There we go. Okay, close that latch. Then we are going to open up the battery connector while we have this whole area exposed here. So we're going to hold down on the white part of the battery connector, and I'm going to run my handy dandy paperclip tool just along the back side till you hear that click. That one. Okay. All right, so now we have our iFlash Solo. If you guys are upgrading your iPods to these aftermarket adapters, do yourself a favor and get yourself a Tarkin board. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that Tarkan. I say Tarkin. But yeah, you can find them all over the place. It's an iFlash. Do not buy the crappy knockoff stuff. I don't know how many people I have that, come to me and say, oh, well, I can get it cheaper here. And I say, okay, yeah, buddy, have fun with that. And then not 2 months later, they come to me and they're like, oh, it's not working. That's because it's pieces of crap. Cannot stress this enough. You get what you pay for. Okay, so, sorry, rant over. All right, let's open our SD card guy. Oh shit, it hurt. Stabbed myself in the finger. Work. All right, here we go. Let's open this up. Come on, you bugger. Come on. It's only Monday. All right, let's slide this guy in. And so the way that this is set up, there's a little bit of a design flaw with this one, unfortunately. So it sits in here like this. So if the iPod takes a tumble and it lands nose down or head down, the force can actually knock this SD card out. So what I like to do, I like to take one of their little foam pad things, and I like to just throw it right there in front of it to, kind of keep it safe and in its spot. So now we need to seat this cable. Yes. Okay. Come on, baby. There's that side. Tarkin, my man, I know I was just talking you up a lot back there, but dude, these ZIF adapters, the new ones that you put on these new models, they suck. They're too damn tight. They're such a pain in the butt to get in. Alrighty. So we're just gonna throw this guy in there, seat that cable, There she is. Close her up. We're not going to close all the way yet, though, but we are going to restore with iTunes. We're going to throw a little bit of music on there. And then once I get back, we'll test. So I'll see you in a second. Alrighty, we got some music on there now. I also left it plugged in for a little bit, so we already did our battery testing, and the battery is charging as it should be. Alright, let's throw in some headphones real quick, and let's test what we were not able to test before. Normally, I do like to test everything thoroughly before I open an iPod up, just in case you find yourself in a predicament where you don't know if it's a case of, did I do that? Did it, happen? Did an issue happen in transit, or did they just not tell me something? All right, what do we got? All right, test band, Darko US. Hopefully we got some metalheads out there. Oh yeah, new album, only 2. Awesome. Okay. Play pause is good. Next is good. Previous is good. Menu is good. And the hold switch is good. Perfect. Well, let's put her back together. Quick and easy. All right. So I'm going to leave the music going just so I can listen for anything to happen in case, something gets pinched while I'm closing the iPod up or, something of that sort. And then before we close it up, I like to squeeze in on the case a little bit. Because when you open up the case, you do inadvertently kind of pry outwards. And this just kind of corrects that. All right. Make sure everything is lined up okay. And then we just press. Here we go. And then I like to do the shake test just to make sure nothing's rattling around in there. And it won't, because this pad thing that also goes down also acts as a spacer in between it. So the iFlash doesn't flop around inside, so everything is secure. But that's it. I'm going to jam out to the rest of this song. This is my favorite song off their new album. All right, so thank you guys very much. Like if this content did anything for you, drop a comment down below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.